Hey mamas, welcome to today's workout. We've got a 12-minute prenatal workout for back pain. So if you're struggling with that during pregnancy at any stage, we're gonna relieve those tight muscles, work on mobility and strengthening the back to support a strong and healthy pregnancy. You'll need one dumbbell, that is optional. You can also do this with body weight, and you'll need a foam roller or something to elevate your spine. You can also use a rolled up towel or a bolster. We're gonna begin with just body weight, so leave those here for now. We're gonna do a hinge to a deep squat. So we're gonna hinge back far from the hips, reaching toward those toes. You can stop whenever you feel like your back is rounding. So that might be all the way to the floor. It might be here. Once you get here, we're going to drop into a squat. You can go as low as you can. It can be hips above knees. It can be low, deep into a nice deep squat here. And then we're going to stand up. So let's try that again. So hinge, push back into the hips, and then drop your hips into that squat. Again, you can go as low as you're comfortable here. Exhale as you come up to engage that core and pelvic floor. So we're focusing on pushing the hips back to lengthen those hamstrings and glutes and sit deep into those muscles to get everything warmed up. This is really good for warming up the spine and getting those back body muscles ready for what we're going to do next. So now we're going to do a plank crawl. So you can come anywhere on that mat. Just make sure you have space to crawl in front of you. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. You're going to squat down first, again, as low as you can without rounding your back. I want you to crawl forward, and we're going to touch the knees on the ground. Now, if you are comfortable, you can hit a full plank. But if you're in your second or third trimester, I would suggest modifying as to not put a lot of pressure on your midline. Then crawl back through your squat. So your heels are going to come down. So you're in that deep squat, and then stand up. So I want you to move through your squat. So you're squatting nice and deep. And as you can see, when I crawl down, my knees are already close to the ground. I don't have a long way to go. That's going to protect your lower back and also help mobilize the low back and the hips. And those things are all connected. If you've got tight glutes, core, it's all going to be pulling on that low back. So we want to work on moving all those muscles together, getting them mobilized before, or this is great post-workout as well. Now, for the next exercise, you can use your dumbbell or you can stay with body weight. I'll show you both options. So if you want, take it up here to your collarbones, or you can place your hands in front of your chest. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. We're going to do a good morning. So push your hips back just like we did for that deadlift, keeping the weight close to you, and then stand up, squeeze your glutes. So you're holding that weight. Exhale, squeeze your glutes to come up. So it's a hinge pattern again, focusing on elongating those hamstrings and glutes on the way down, and then contracting on the way up. Now, depending on how big your bump is, you may have to take the feet a little bit wider here, and that's totally okay. Without the weight, it would look like this. You want a long, straight back here. So if you find you're rounding or arching at your back, you want to try to correct that. Think straight back, looking out about 6 feet in front of you, keeping your chin nice and tucked here. Okay, now we're going to take the weight from your collarbones to letting the weight hang toward the ground, adding a little more resistance. So you can use the weight here or not. You can do this without weight, just reaching to the floor. We're going to do a deadlift. So again, you can take your feet as wide as you need to. Hinge forward, letting that weight hang toward the floor. Exhale, squeeze glutes, stand up. So again, we're using that same hinge pattern, pushing back into the hips. You want all 4 corners of the feet pushing into the floor, but especially right here, you want to feel the heels push down and then heels push down as you rise and contract those glutes. Keeping that long straight back, and then once you're here, you're stopping with your hips in neutral position. So if you go here into that anterior tilt, you're going to put more strain on your back. So if you stop here in neutral, contracting the glutes, it's not only going to strengthen your back and your glutes, but it's going to avoid putting more pressure on the back muscles, which we don't want to do. All right, we're going to keep the dumbbell. Again, you can do it without. Taking a staggered stance. So right foot forward, left toes in line with the right heel. We're going to take that dumbbell into your left hand, rotate toward that front big toe, stand up. So a little rotation, focus predominantly on that front leg. So back toe is on the ground, back heel is up. Front toes and heel are pressing down. But we're applying that same hinge pattern here. So we're not bending at the knee, we're hinging hips back. Adding that little rotation, But again, if you don't want to use your dumbbell, you can apply the same principle with just body weight. And adding that little rotation is going to work those cross body slings in the back. All you need to know is that's going to help strengthen your body, your core, your back, and keep it strong throughout pregnancy as the body changes, as there's a lot of demand placed on the back of our bodies. So let's switch the stance here. Left foot forward, right foot back, right toes in line with the left heel. Little rotation. And you're gonna notice a difference. Like already I noticed this side's tighter. So it's good to be mindful of that. Everybody's gonna have some asymmetry. Nobody's perfectly symmetrical. But just notice which side is tighter and maybe think about why that is. For me, I know it's because I'm carrying my kids a lot of times on that side, right? Is there a side you tend to gravitate towards? I'm like, tell me there's not. There is. All of us have that, right? Even though you know you should switch sides, you shouldn't hold or nurse your baby on the same side or on the same hip. It's like, it's so hard not to, right? But to counteract that, to combat that tension on that one side, we really want to focus on strength and mobility to even it out. That's going to help prevent injury over the long run. Okay, drop that dumbbell. We're done with that. Come to your hands and knees. We're going to work on some core stability. So some bird dogs, you are probably familiar with that. Take a deep breath into those lateral ribs, 360 expansion. Exhale, lift the front arm, back leg. Leg is going to go to shoulder, hip height. Arm is going to go to shoulder height. And we're going to continue that pattern, alternating the legs. Breathing in on the way down. Exhaling as you come up. Now, you want to make sure you're not shifting forward or back here when you lift the arm and leg. And if you're having trouble doing that, just break it down. Do one arm or one leg at a time. Can you move simultaneously the arm and the leg while keeping the hips and shoulders squared to the floor? Again, so important for the back body and so gentle as well. Now is the portion where you're going to grab your foam roller or your rolled up towel or your bolster. This is going to help us open up the upper back, which we're going to do that lying on our back with a foam roller across that mid upper back, like where the shoulder blades are. So you're going to place your head gently in your hands, and we're going to start kind of at the top of where those shoulder blades begin, where you feel that part of the back. And we're just going to gently let the head press into the hands and open up that upper back. Once you feel that open up, you might need to hold it a little longer, but I'm just showing you for the sake of time. We start to work down the spine. A little bit lower. Might hear some cracking and popping. That's not a bad thing. And just slowly doing this. Now, you want to make sure you're not pushing forward into your abdomen here. Keeping that head supported, not letting the ribs flare out excessively here. And just hold where you feel tension. Now we're going to continue opening up the upper back, rolling onto the side body. Now this is really only going to work if you have a foam roller. You won't get the same effect with a towel, but I want to show you this anyway. If you don't have one, you can still release those lats if you've got a like tennis ball or something else, but a foam roller works best. You're going to lay onto the side body right under that armpit, kind of where your bra is covering your skin right here. You want to roll and just, I'm gently pushing, moving front to back, up and down, and finding the tight spot. And when I find my tight spot, I'm holding it. So for me, that's right here. I'm just going to hold, breathe into those lats. So that same lateral breathing, think breathe laterally. So you can feel almost like a little push into that foam roller. And that's really what we want. That rib cage mobility is so important for protecting our back and core throughout pregnancy. Whew. I could stay there longer. So if you need to, you can pause the video, stay there longer. But for the sake of time, we're going to move on to the other side and do the same thing. So moving on to the other side. And it might take just a few seconds to kind of find, yep, there it is. Find that tight spot. But once you find it, hold it. Find that breathing. So foam rolling is really great for releasing muscle fascia, tight muscle fascia. So when we have that in our back and our spine, again, really impacts the function of our back, our core, our pelvic floor, especially again during pregnancy. All of that is being just shifted daily, a lot of demands placed on those parts of the body. So we want to pay extra attention, take really good care of our bodies. And now we are going to lose the foam roller, come back to the hands and knees and do some thoracic rotations. So you're going to come back to that hands and knees position. What we're going to do is just take the fingertips to the temples, leaving that opposite hand under the shoulder. We're just going to open to the front and then tuck the elbow under. Just gently rotate through the back to the back. You might not be able to open very far to the front. That's okay. Just do what you can. We're focused on that back body. So it's not mostly about the hips or the low back. It's mostly about the upper back, the thoracic spine. So try to pull that shoulder blade back and in, and then try to round the back here. So we're retracting the shoulder blades and rounding here. Just using that breath to get into the tight, tense muscles. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You can shift back for a few seconds if you're feeling that burn in the shoulders. All right, let's do it. Other side. And again, you'll probably find the second side you do is a little bit easier, but there's always one side that's gonna be tighter than the other. Totally normal. And I would suggest, especially these mobility exercises like this, the foam rolling, if you can do that daily, it would really benefit you. And the strength exercise 3 times a week would be great. But especially the mobility, if you can work on thoracic mobility, rib cage mobility, that's going to benefit your back, your core, your pelvic floor. It all goes hand in hand, your hips. And that's it. 12-minute prenatal workout for back pain. I hope you're feeling energized, more open, ready for your workout. If you're about to do a workout, ready to go nurse your baby or lug around your kids and all their stuff, which I'm about to do. But I'd love to know what your experience has been like. If you're pregnant, let me know in the comments where you're at in your pregnancy, what's been a struggle for you, maybe which videos of mine have been helpful. I always love to hear feedback, and I know other people who are looking for prenatal workouts for specific issues like back pain want to see comments of people who have tried the workout. So if it's been helpful to you at all, I'd love a comment and a like if you would be so inclined, and a subscription if you're not already subscribed. You'll see on my channel I have hundreds of prenatal and postpartum workout videos for wherever stage of life you're in, including a website with specific YouTube guides on how to use my channel, how to navigate the workouts for pregnancy and postpartum in a way that is structured, that's going to help you get the most out of your experience on my YouTube channel. So if you have any questions, suggestions, anything at all, please reach out, comment. I always try to answer, or you can send me a message on Instagram or through my website. But I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I'll see you back here next time.